Well, a blizzard of a foot or more, still not enough to stop the big dance from rolling on here from Manchester, New Hampshire this evening. And for the Bentley Falcons and the New Haven Chargers, they'll only remember this day as a snowstorm of celebration, as one of them will punch their ticket to Evansville and next week's National Elite Eight. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Justin McIsaac, I'm Ben Alcher. Thank you for joining us. Coverage of the NCAA Men's East Regional concluding tonight here from St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire. And Justin, Bentley and New Haven have clearly established themselves as the two best teams in the region this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. The number one seed, the host St. Anselm, went out in the first round. These two teams really proving they belong in this championship game. A pretty easy win for the most part for Bentley over Dominican, and then dismantled Southern New Hampshire for New Haven. They had their way with pace, and then really the same thing with Caldwell. They got to the championship game in the conference, so it's not like they kind of lucked their way into the regional final here. And these two teams only met one time, and it was a barn burner in the second half. And it was so hopefully that's the game we get here tonight.
Arguably the best game in the region in the regular season took place in Waltham between Bentley and New Haven earlier this year. The Chargers, trailed by 27, came all the way back to stun Bentley at Bentley. A 70-69 final. Quayshawn Lane hit the game winner on a floater from the baseline in that one, and we can only hope we get a similar finish tonight.
Yeah, and in that first half, New Haven only shot 16% from the field, which is, you talk about the Tide starting, they shot 57% in the second half. They still needed a little bit of luck, though. Some missed free throws from Bentley, uncharacteristic of that team. But, yeah, I think when all is said and done here, the winner of this one is really going to – it's going to be a memorable day for them, as you said, with the blizzard and the travel and everything else that's going on. Kind of a crazy day to have a regional championship game, but it's going to be a fun one, I think.
Well, the crowd will be slim due to the weather outside, but we're thrilled for all of you able to join us at home watching this regional final. Let's take a look at some players to watch, starting with the New Haven Chargers. Their head coach, Ted Hoteling, has constantly made sure to shout out his 7'1" center, Major Majak, for good reason.
Oh, yeah, he's been a force. 9 points, 17 rebounds against Caldwell. In the first meeting between the two teams, 7 points, 16 rebounds. We kind of hammered it home in the win on Sunday, but he's not just a big dude down there. I mean, he can move. He's smart on defensive rotations. He gets every single rebound. They don't ask him to score a ton, but when they need him to, he can put the ball in the basket for sure.
And he has scored with more efficiency, really, through this NCAA tournament than he has at just about any point during the season. Bentley, on the other side, has a number of different weapons, but they also boast the region's player of the year in Zach LaPut.
Yeah, Zach LaPut rolls out of bed, scores 20 points, brushes his teeth, scores 20 more. He's a 20-point machine. New Haven did hold him in check the first meeting. Only had 9 points, 8 rebounds, and missed a couple of key free throws late in that regular season matchup. But, I mean, this is your bread and butter. This is who you want to lean on. 19 points, 7 rebounds against the Southern New Hampshire Penman.
Yeah, as you said, only 9 points in that first meeting against New Haven, but he also chipped in with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. And that's something that Jay Lawson, the Bentley head coach, talked about on Sunday after their blowout win over Southern New Hampshire, is that even when LaPut is maybe not shooting as efficiently as he does, he is still able to affect the game in other ways.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what good players do, right? They find a way to make an impact. If the shot's not going, they rebound. If they're not getting rebounds, they get assists and play great defense. Great players find a way to make their impact on the game.
No matter what happens, we're going to see history here tonight. Either Bentley will become the first back-to-back regional champions since the mid-2000s, or New Haven will have its first Elite Eight team in program history. Should be a fun one. It's a Northeast 10 battle between the 23-6 Bentley Falcons and the 22-10 New Haven Chargers. It's the East Region Championship powered by Bridgewater TV, and it is coming up momentarily. Right now, let's send it over to our public address announcer, Griffin Spencer, with tonight's starting fives.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the University of New Haven, a 6'2" graduate student from Trenton, New Jersey, number 4, Quayshawn Lane. For Bentley University, a 6'4" graduate student from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Brian Wright Kinsey. From New Haven, a 6'3" senior from Boston, Massachusetts, number 10, Ty Perry. For Bentley, a 6'6" graduate student from St. Louis, Missouri, number 4, Matt Leyritz. For New Haven, a 7'1" senior from Poughkeepsie, New York, number 12, Major Majok. For Bentley, a 6' junior from Glastonbury, Connecticut, number 11, Aaron Latham. For New Haven, a 6'1" senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 15, Kendall McMillan. For Bentley, a 6'4" junior from Beacon Falls, Connecticut, number 20, Zach Laput. And for New Haven, a 6'5" junior from Poughkeepsie, New York, number 34, Devontre Thomas. And for Bentley, a 6'4" graduate student from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 21, Mason Webb. Introducing the head coaches for the University of New Haven, please welcome Ted Hoteling. And for Bentley University, please welcome Jay Lawson.
Career coaching victory earlier this season and hoping to get his team back to the Elite Eight for another year. And it'll be interesting because Bentley won the regional last year at home and then had the unfortunate draw of getting Northwest Missouri State, the D2 powerhouse, in the Elite Eight. And so they bowed out, one and done last time out at the national stage. Northwest Missouri State's already out of the tournament. They got knocked off the other day. So should Bentley get back to Evansville this time around, maybe they get a better draw, maybe they're able to advance Final Four, national championship game, you never know.
Yeah, and I feel like either one of these teams, whichever one advances, might have a chance to do some damage in the Elite Eight. I mean, anytime you got a 7'1" guy down low, you can probably play with anybody. New Haven's got shot makers, they got shot blockers. Bentley is a super well-rounded team. So either one of these teams that's going to represent the Northeast 10 in the Elite Eight, I think will have the ability to do some damage.
Going to be interesting to see how the reseeding plays out at the national level. There's only 3 number 1 seeds left in the Sweet 16. Nova Southeastern still undefeated. Indiana of Pennsylvania and West Texas A&M, who were beaten by Dominican out of the East region earlier this year. Majok wins the opening tip. Clock never got started, so the officials will pause things momentarily while they knock a few seconds off. New Haven wearing the road blues for the first time in the regional. Bentley in the home whites once again.
Might have been some ice on the clock over there, Ben. A lot of slush getting tracked into
Let's
the gym.
hope not. There is snow, ice, and slush every which way outside the building.
We don't have a stat on it, but I wonder if Major Majok lost an opening tip this season. I bet he did.
I would doubt it, unless you did it willingly.
Right.
Devontre Thomas handing it off. Quayshawn Lane. It's been a steadying force for New Haven all year long. Early 3, Ty Perry, too strong, and crashing the boards is Laput. You figure that's going to be a key for Bentley.
Yeah, man defense to start things off for Bentley against the New Haven offense, and you see the zone here from the Chargers.
And this is an adjustment. We saw New Haven play man-to-man primarily the first 2 games of the regional, but with a 5-man shooting team in Bentley, they switched to the 2-3 zone. And the first 3-pointer from Mason Webb off the mark. Here's Kendall McMillan, new member of the starting 5 for the Chargers, filling in for the injured Victor Olawoye. McMillan charges to the hoop. Passed up a layup on the reverse, still with the dribble, now settles for the floater, that's off. McMillan tries to keep it alive, but Laput secures it.
Yeah, what if there's a miscommunication there? It looked like he was looking at Majok maybe for a lob or something of that nature, but instead did a Sunday skate through the lane.
Into the middle, Webb turns, Majok in his face, gives it up. Right, Kinsey thought about the quick trigger, moves it to Laput. Bentley circles it around to Aaron Latham. Laput, deep 3 from straight away, off the mark. And Majok there for the board again.
Yeah, so far Bentley trying to shoot over the zone. It's difficult to put someone in the high post when you got a 7-footer there, but you got to try and draw Majok out a little bit and see if you can work the baseline with your offense.
McMillan tried to get it inside to Thomas. Laput shut off the passing lane. Perry will try a 3. That one rims out. Perry scorched the nets in his NCAA tournament opener. He hit 9 threes in their win over Pace. Right, Kinsey tries to break the ice. Can't do it. Rebound taken down inside by Webb. He'll pull it back out though. Into the middle, Laput from the elbow. Gets on the board. And after 6 misses, Zach Laput gets Bentley the first lead, 2-zip.
Yeah, when you get an offensive rebound against New Haven, you have to cash in. You're not going to get a ton of them. So when you get those offensive boards, you got to make it count.
It's one thing that's maybe a subplot of the season that Bentley has had. They're almost plus 10 on the glass for the season. In the middle, McMillan tries the floater, comes up short, and LaPute rips the rebound away from him. McMillan had a good performance in the win over Caldwell, 6 points, 4 assists.
If you're Bentley, though, that's who you want to make beat you, right? You're going to say, let's make the guy that plays 7 minutes a game normally beat us, and we'll lock up everybody else on the floor.
Webb gets a good look, and too strong on the three. Rebound ripped down by Perry. Now McMillan, again, the new member of the starting five for New Haven. Olawoye was injured in the Northeast 10 championship game against St. Ansem, so the Chargers have had to sort of refigure things out. Majok with a reverse off a nice feed coming from Lane.
Ben, you ain't supposed to have touch like that when you're 7'1". That was pretty.
Well, he's so big he had to duck to avoid hitting his head on the rim.
Normally use the bucket as a screen. The bucket almost used him as a screen.
Webb, good look out of the corner. Can't hit the three. Tough start for one of Bentley's top 3-point shooters, Mason Webb. 40% from behind on the arc on the year. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves from both these sides because they're both taking good shots. They're just not going. Both teams 1 for 5 in the early going.
Evidently the momentum from the weekend's action and maybe the weather as well also having an effect slowing the two teams down. Thomas from way downtown.
Now that's a kid who can get red hot. I mean, he is either kind of in the penthouse or the basement when it comes to shooting, but when he gets hot, he gets red hot.
Well, he was red hot on Sunday, 4 for 6 in the win over Caldwell. 18 points to lead the way for the Chargers in the victory on Sunday. New Haven has really not had a sniff of a challenge so far in the regional. A couple of 20-point victories, and they came out quick and gunning both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, really, you could say there was a little bit of a challenge for Bentley in that late comeback by Dominican to get it to within 10, but neither one of these teams has faced like brass tacks here in the regional. Tonight's going to be different.
And we certainly expect it to be the case. Lane will reset here, about 10 to shoot, pulls up from the elbow and knocks it down. Quayshawn Lane is taking his game to a new level this year, averages 15 a contest, and New Haven's reeled off 7 straight.
Yeah, he had 21 in the win back on January the 18th, including the game-winning floater as time expired.
That zone continues to be active. Latham to the corner right. Kinsey got it inside. LaPute juggled it, handed it off to Laritz. He circles, hook shot, bounces out. Rebound pops around, and Thomas squares it up.
At the back of the head of LaPute.
Thomas hands it off to McMillan, and New Haven will settle it down. Majok to set the screen. Lane thought about the three. LaPute got him in the air. Lane spins off LaPute, hangs and hits off the window.
So Majok draws 2 defenders down low when he doesn't have the ball, and that creates a little space for Quayshawn Lane to get into the paint and do his thing.
And he does not need much space to operate. 9-0 run for the Chargers. LaPute in the middle. Tried to bounce it through. He split the difference between Webb and Laritz. That's a turnover, and that will get us to our first timeout. 14:39 to go in the first half. A 9-0 run for New Haven as they seek their first ever Elite Eight in program history. Back in a moment here from Manchester.
The beauty of business is its ability to solve human problems and to bring those solutions to scale. And it's that scale that really does make the world a better place. Bentley University is uniquely positioned to prepare students for a 21st century marketplace. The intersection of business and the arts and science is where magic can occur. That's what we do. That's what we bring to the table. And that's the difference at Bentley.
Welcome back to St. Ansem College, Manchester, New Hampshire. Coverage of the NCAA Division II East Regional. Powered by Bridgewater Television. Bentley got the first bucket of the game, but Justin sensed that New Haven is taking control.
Yeah, you can see on that last replay how 2 defenders were like, I better cover the 7-foot guy, and then Quayshawn Lane with all the room down there. One of the things that's nice about being here at St. Ansem is you're right behind the coach. You can hear everything they're saying. Heard Coach Ted Hoteling say, we're moving too slow on offense. They picked up their pace, and they started scoring buckets. I don't think that was a coincidence.
Certainly not, and it all really starts with the point guard, Quayshawn Lane. And he has been locked in, not only scoring for himself, but setting up teammates. He had 9 assists in the win over Caldwell on Sunday. And New Haven kind of feels like they've looked like a little bit of a different offensive team over the first 2 games of this regional. You know, a lot of people would have looked at it and said, well, you take Oluwoye out of the picture, and then you're really pressed for offense. Well, they came out on Saturday. They shot pace out of the building with a barrage of threes, and then came back the next day and did it, you know, attacking the inside against the Cougars.
Yeah, sometimes when you know you got to step up, your focus is a little more sharp than normal. You wouldn't think it would need to be in the NCAA regional, but you know, when your guys goes down, you say, I got to put this on me, and that's what a lot of the New Haven starters have done.
Majok hands off. Perry gets an easy 2. Was able to put his defender on his back, and how about the assist from the big man?
That's what I mean. I mean, that kid can really play. Pass, shoot, you know, rebound, block shots. He's really good.
2 blocks away from a 100-block season. That's going to be the single-season New Haven record, which he set a year ago and has already broken again this season. Latham shut off on the drive. Webb up top, hands off Latham. They run him off the three-point line, but then Perry crashes into him and commits the foul. That's the first on Ty Perry. And if there's one thing New Haven might be a little bit worried about, obviously it would be foul trouble, especially for Ty Perry, but they were able to survive it on Sunday against Caldwell.
Yeah, you can run him off the three-point line, but what you can't do is that Hunter Hurst-Helmsley high knee, which is what Ty Perry did at the end there. But yeah, foul trouble. You gotta stay out of foul trouble if you're New Haven. We saw in the last game Ty Perry can get a little hot if he doesn't like a call. He got teed up on the bench during the last game. Gotta stay away from that.
First sub into the game from New Haven. It's Justin Hendrick, 7 to shoot. Right, Kinsey pull up from the free throw line, rattles home, and that snaps the drought for Bentley. Had been an 11-0 New Haven run. Bentley had been scoreless for over 4 minutes since getting the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Wright Kinsey, during the competitive portion of the contest against in the last game, it was really tough for them against Southern New Hampshire.
Lane, a 3, that's good. Quayshawn Lane has come to play, one of the best in the region, and he's got that look in his eye right now.
Yeah, he shoots 52% from the field, almost 42 from downtown, and he's feeling it right now.
LaPut, Latham. Hands off right Kinsey, back to Latham, straightaway 3, in and out, and Majok over the rim to get the rebound.
Yeah, I think Bentley's taking good shots. They're moving the ball around well. New Haven is they're being super active in the zone defense. Sometimes teams get in that zone, they just kind of hang out like, oh, we're in a 2-3. New Haven's playing the zone very well. They're moving well, and they're recovering well.
Lane in traffic, kicks out. Hendrick a 3. That's good. Justin Hendrick connects from deep, and New Haven out to another big early lead.
Yeah, I've been here for 3 games, and every one of them, somebody's been up 13 in the first 8 minutes of the game, and today's no exception.
Webb pulls away, still can't get himself going. Bentley right now 2 for 11, 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, and what's tough is when you're shooting the ball poorly, right? You think, well, maybe we'll get an offensive rebound, get a putback, something like that. That doesn't happen against New Haven because of Major Majok, and it's tough to go to the cup and try to get yourself to the line because Majok's there waiting for you.
Perry pulls up over Webb, too strong. Majok keeps it alive, goes into Larrett, spins, the hook shot won't go, and Wright Kinsey pulls it away.
Pretty good defense from Larrett there, giving up a lot of size, but wasn't intimidated.
Inside Webb, hands off Larrett's, kick out Wright Kinsey. Latham swings it back the other way, down to the baseline. Larrett's tied up by Perry, almost got away with a grab there and did. Back across, Wright Kinsey from deep, misses the 3, and guess who's there with the rebound?
See, that's the problem. If you're not making shots, with that dude in the middle, it's going to be a long night. They got to figure something else out. They got to switch their tactics against the zone. Try and get him out of the paint somehow.
It's already 5 rebounds for Majok.
So he's behind schedule is what you're saying.
He might have 10 by halftime at this rate. Hendrick on the drive, swallowed up. Perry the extra pass out to Lane. Thomas sets the screen. Lane switches back to the left hand, feeds Majok, puts it up and in with the left.
Very patient offense. Yeah, you can sense that coming.
Timeout, Jay Lawson. His Falcons getting blitzed here over the first 9 minutes of the first half. That'll get us to our under 12 media timeout. We'll keep it here in New Haven. Again, Justin, they've gotten off to quick starts in their first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, and they have wasted no time here against Bentley.
Yeah, you can kind of see them getting off to a quick start against Pace, and see they're familiar with, and maybe against number 8 Caldwell, who was playing with house money. I did not have them getting out to this quick of a start against the number 2 seed and the defending regional champion. A nice feed there for Majak. Looked a little surprised by the pass, but recovered nicely at the left-handed jump hook late in the shot clock.
Well, and no surprise that Quayshawn Lane is at the center of it. The grad student out of Trenton, New Jersey. Northeast 10 first team in the conference this year. East Region second team. Without a doubt, one of the top 10 players in the East Region. And he has been responsible for just about everything that New Haven has gotten tonight. He's 3 for 3 on his own with 7 points, but he also has 3 assists.
Yeah, he's done everything except for drive the bus from the hotel, and maybe he did that. I don't know. I wasn't here when they got here, but what is Bentley's response going to be? You know they're going to have a response. They're too good of a team to just kind of lay down and get steamrolled like this. So Jay Lawson's seen everything there is to see out on a basketball court. He's going to have something cooked up that's going to get them back in this game. And how will New Haven handle the eventual Bentley run that you know is going to come at some point?
Well, it'll be interesting. You go back and look at what Bentley has done over the course of the tournament. They have not shot the 3 exceptionally well. 39% from the three-point line in the win over Southern New Hampshire, which is about right in line with their season average. And then against Dominican, they were below 40% as well. So
right now they're a donut for 8, which is not what you're looking for.
Kickball called against Hendrick. Still 22 on the shot clock, so no change there.
Yeah, so I wonder if they're going to try and set some down screens here against Majak to get him pinned and pop somebody loose on the baseline.
They have largely looked to shoot the 3 early on, but they've not fallen. Laput seams that one into Webb, and he hits a fadeaway. So Webb finally on the board.
That's what they did. It was actually defended well. Devontre Thomas was good on the help side defense. It was just a better play by Laput.
Webb had started 0 for 4. That's his first bucket. See if that can kickstart a Bentley run here. And again, the offense has been pristine for New Haven. Lane rims out a 3. Webb with a rebound.
Sometimes if you're struggling too, you just got to see a shot go down, can kickstart your offense. Good job by Jay Lawson to call that timeout and
Laput
get a set play.
Right Kinsey to Laput. Right Kinsey wants to go inside. Laput back to Right Kinsey. New Haven doing a good job crowding the passing lanes here. Right Kinsey swings. Laput off the wing. Attacks. Back to Latham. Thought about the 3. Now drives. Feeds Leritz. The reverse won't go, but Majak reached out and got him on the arm. So that'll be the first foul against Majak. The second team foul on New Haven. That's another thing that New Haven excels at defensively. They can play the man, they can play the zone, but maybe the thing they do better than anything else is they don't foul.
Yeah, they don't. They don't play a lot of guys, so if you're going to be out there 38, 39 minutes a game, you can't get yourself in foul trouble. And that was a good job, by Bentley to stay calm. They got Leritz in the baseline. Drew Majak a little bit into the front of the paint, a little bit up high, and had Leritz for the potential layup, but gets himself to the line anyway.
Fewest fouls in the nation per game coming into the tournament for New Haven. Less than 11 per game. Leritz gets the bounce on the second free throw. He makes both. So a mini 4-0 counter run out of the timeout here from Bentley. They bring in Kellen Bohenick, a 6'4 senior out of Ohio, for the first time tonight. He replaces Wright Kinsey. Neither of these teams runs especially deep on the bench. Sean Braithwaite in for the first time now for New Haven. So you see Hendrick, you see Braithwaite. That might be about it for the Chargers. Lane squeezes one up with the left hand, and it goes.
Yeah, and the defense collapsed to him, but it didn't matter. It was such a good move to the cup with the left hand, swooping in to get that bucket.
He gave himself options all the way until the very finish there, shot or pass. And he ended up calling his own number. He's outscoring Bentley by himself right now, 9-8. Latham inside, Webb turns, fades from 18, and hits 2 in a row from Mason Webb.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit a few jump shots eventually. That time the long 2, but the offense looking a little more confident for the Falcons.
4 points in their first 9 minutes. They've scored now on their last 3 possessions. Thomas on the curl. Has Bohenick in his face. Braithwaite pops out, gives to Hendrick. New Haven will be content to work the shot clock behind the screen. The 3 won't go, and the rebound to Laput.
Yeah, the problem with bringing Majak out to set a screen up high is he's not there to grab the offensive rebound.
Latham gives it up. LaPut, a deep three. Too strong. Rebound. Majok tipped. Larrett's got it. Majok rejects him. Rebound out of bounds off Bohenik. And there is the big man.
Oh, I think they're going to give it to Bentley.
Coming through with his first block of the day.
Take another look. It's good position that time with the block there.
That's close.
Yeah.
Bohenik and Braithwaite kind of both got a hand on it at the same time.
They can go to the monitor to check it here at this point in the season. D2 doesn't use replay until you get to the regional. But I don't think that's what they're doing.
So I think they're double checking the shot clock. Possession never established by New Haven, so it'll stay at 17. Webb gets a good look for three and drills it. Mason Webb coming to life. He's got 7 points out of the timeout for Bentley. The Falcons have scored 9 straight on the offensive end. It's a 9-2 run.
There's a heck of a timeout by Jay Lawson. They weren't going to miss shots all night, but now they're on fire.
Hendrick behind the screen. Stutter step dribble. Has to float it back out. Lane to reset. 10 on the clock. Majok to set the screen. Lane start and stop with the dribble. Turns to the corner. Hendrick a three. In and out. Rebound. Going to go out of bounds. Bohenik hit the end line.
And Jay Lawson wants a shot clock violation, but
that shot hit the rim.
Definitely hit the rim, yeah.
So that'll get us to immediate timeout. 7:35 to go in the first half. An early blitz from New Haven, but Bentley has started to respond. It's an 8-point game, 21-13, New Haven in front. Trip to Evansville on the line here in the East Regional Final from Manchester.
You see, the University of New Haven, it isn't just a school. It isn't just a stopover as you find your path in life. It's a home when you feel lost, a friend when you need a hand, an audience when you need applause, a true community that puts your goals, your dreams, and your fears right up front with no limit and no question to what you can achieve.
Welcome back to coverage of the NCAA Division II East Regional from St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire. Along with Justin McIsaac, I'm Ben Alcher. New Haven jumped out to a 19-4 lead over second-seeded Bentley. The Falcons have responded with a 9-2 run. And Justin, Bentley starting to get things going on the offensive end. They scored on their last 4 trips.
Yeah, it was a great timeout by Jay Lawson. Just kind of got them reset, killed the momentum for New Haven, and we'll see if the Chargers can grab it back here. Certainly knew Bentley wasn't going to be quiet all night, and they've responded very nicely.
Well, it is a battle-tested team. A lot of pieces back from the team that won the East Regional at home in Waltham last year. Headlined by Wright Kinsey, LaPut, Webb, as well as Latham, who was a key figure off the bench. Really, of the starting 5, the only new face is Matt Larretz, but he's a veteran player, a D3 All-American at Illinois Wesleyan a year ago. We'll see if New Haven has a response out of this last time out. Again, the Chargers will always be patient on the offensive end. They love to work the clock. Lane drives, swallowed up by Larretz. Can't find Majok. Back to Hendrick, 5 to shoot. Hendrick's got to make something happen here. Fires up a contested 3, almost got it. Rebound, fought off the window by Majok, but Larretz had a good seal there.
I think they got to look to Majok a little more in that pick and roll. They haven't gone to him last 3-4 possessions straight.
Quick trigger by Webb, but he cooled off during the timeout. Missed the corner 3. Shout of frustration as he came walking back up the floor.
And Majok's such a good passer. I think if you hit him on the pick and roll, even if he's not scoring, he can find an open shooter.
Lane drives, lobs, and gets another one.
Or he can just do that.
Switching to the right hand. We've seen him score with the left. We've seen him score with the right. But Quayshawn Lane right now putting his imprint on this game.
And New Haven staying in that zone.
As they will probably most of the night, you would think. Larretz looking for cutters, finds LaPut. Spins it up. Oh, couldn't get the finish. That would have been fantastic.
Defensive breakdown on the backside of that for New Haven. Lucky not to give up a bucket there. LaPut unlucky.
Hendrick pounding it into the floor. Back in the hands of Ty Perry. Braithwaite for Lane. He's been the rock early on for New Haven. Lane has 3 in his face. Gives it back up. Hendrick with 8 to shoot. Wants a screen. Hendrick behind the pick. Laput tried to sell the foul. Floater from Hendrick is good.
I'm not sure how much selling he was doing. He took Majak's shoulder right to the jaw and kind of snapped back. Looked like he took a right cross.
Jay Lawson barking about the lack of an offensive foul called on Majak there. It would have been his second. Into the middle, Webb gets a good look from the mid-block and connects. Mason Webb starting to turn it on. He's got 9 of the 15 Bentley points.
Yeah, but New Haven's offense has responded as well, right? So Bentley dug themselves a bit of a hole. They're still not hitting three-pointers, just 1 of 11 from downtown.
Now they've started to attack the middle of that zone a little bit more. Hendrick leaves it for Lane. Majak sets the screen. Lane switches against it. Gets into the middle of the paint. The lob. Majak, the catch. Can't finish. That time Lane chose to dish it instead. And gives Majak a high five as they get back on defense, saying, we're going to need you, big fella.
Yeah, it was a good shot by Majak. Got pushed out a little off his space, but not a bad look.
Out of the corner, Bohenick can't connect from 3.
Yeah, there's been something about this regional tournament, right? One team or another has been ice cold from 3 in a lot of these games. And this is an NE10 gym. Both these teams shoot here, and they've had enough practice this weekend.
Well, New Haven picked up a big regular season victory here against St. Anselm. Perry misses on that 3. Majak tipped it out, but into the hands of Webb. Quick push from Bentley, trying to beat the zone up the floor. Larrett's a trail 3. That one in and out, and Majak with the rebound, and he's fouled. That will be against Mason Webb. It'll be the first foul on Bentley. Only 3 total fouls called so far.
Yeah, and it's hard to battle for position against a guy like Majak. And that's St. Anselm, I think, has done a pretty good job. They have 3 offensive, or excuse me, Bentley's done a pretty good job. They've got 3 offensive rebounds tonight in St. Anselm's gym, so I'm a little confused, Ben.
McMillan and Thomas back onto the floor now for the Chargers. Nice stint off the bench for Hendrick, chipping in with 5 points. Lane again. Warded off by Webb. Thomas from Curry range. Won't get that.
Yeah, spacing's been a little bit off for New Haven in a couple of these positions. 3 guys in about a 2 square foot radius.
Thomas, a quick heat check coming back off the bench. Right, Kinsey directing traffic. Laput into the middle. Webb. He's been the key guy against the zone. Steps back for 3. That won't go. Rebound smacked out by Larretts. The race won by Latham. Throws it to the middle of the floor. Majak finds Lane up ahead of the pack. Backs in on Latham. Spins. Floats. And scores. Quayshawn Lane, have a night.
Start calling Quayshawn Lane a lifeboat, because all he does is floaters, right?
And save his team.
Yes, exactly.
He's doing all the scoring right now. 13 points. Well, that's basically the difference in the game. Larrett's trapped. Hook shot. Soft touch.
You get a jump hook over Majak like that, you should ask if you can take the ball home and frame it. Good look.
10-point ball game coming up on 3 minutes to play in the first half. After both Saturday and Sunday, Ted Hoteling in the postgame press conference has made sure to say Quayshawn Lane really deserves this. This is the first time New Haven has ever made the Sweet 16 in its program history. A little tie-up between Perry and Latham, and Perry is going to be sent to the bench here.
So get him over here right now. He runs a little hot sometimes.
We'll get to the media timeout, see if that gives him a moment to cool off. 2:55 to go in the first half. We'll keep it here. New Haven in front, 27-17. What I was getting to, Ted Hoteling in the press conference talking about Quayshawn Lane saying he deserves this. This is as far as New Haven has ever been in the NCAA tournament, and obviously if they win, it'll be their first ever Elite Eight, and he obviously knows how special that would be for a player who's been with the program now for 5 years.
Yeah, especially against Bentley, right? Bentley's kind of, Bentley St. A has really been the class of the Northeast 10 the last few years. So if you can knock off one of the kings of the conference to get to the Elite Eight, I mean, that's the cherry on top.
And seemingly it has been one or another of those teams in the Northeast 10 that has always stood in New Haven's way. Last year they actually knocked off St. Anselm in the first round of the Northeast 10, or the NCAA tournament, I should say. Ended up losing to St. Thomas Aquinas in the second round. That second day game, that Sunday game, has sort of always been the hurdle. This year, New Haven crossed it, and now the question is, can the Chargers go even further?
Yeah, and you can see here late in the first half, both teams are starting to suck wind a little bit. You know, it's 3 games in 4 days. It's late in the season. Both teams playing 7, 8 guys at the most if they have to. So it's really gut check time. And you wonder how that's going to affect the second half, especially when the legs really get heavy. But if you're New Haven right now, you certainly would have signed up for this. A 10-point lead on Bentley with 3 minutes to go in the first half. You got to like the way things are going if you're the Chargers.
Sweet 16 games going on all around the nation tonight. Number 1, Nova Southeastern out of the South region looks like they're in cruise control against Alabama Huntsville. Top seed Indiana, Pennsylvania getting a good game from West Liberty. That's a 34-26 game at halftime in favor of West Liberty. So we might see another number 1 seed go down tonight if that score holds. Here it's a battle between 2 seed Bentley and 4 seed New Haven. Chargers trailed 2-0 but have led ever since. Thanks to the hard work from Quayshawn Lane. Has it knocked loose. Lane pushed off Latham to get back to the ball. 3 to shoot. McMillan on the drive. The floater doesn't go. Perry missed on the tip, and he's fouled from behind. Ty Perry again. Right place, right time.
Yeah, good job getting in position. You can see here McMillan kind of shoots up the emergency jump hook. Got a piece of the rim. Perry, right place, right time. Gets a chance to go to the free throw line.
Foul against Brian Wright Kinsey. Only his first. It is the 3rd team foul.
Good free throw shooter, Ty Perry, about 83% on the season.
Boston, Massachusetts native, well-traveled throughout his college career. Started at Fordham, a couple years with the Rams, then went to Buffalo. And using his final eligibility here with New Haven.
I think he would have been somewhere warm one of those years, right? That's what I would have done.
Yeah, decided to stay in the Northeast. Webb, the hard drive, and Majok meets him. Tried to use his speed to get it up there, but the big man was ready.
Major Majok says, don't bring that Kool-Aid to a gym party. Look at this. Here's the drive. Majok says, no, sorry. You're shut down for the night.
That is a heck of a way to reach the century mark. Block number 100 on the season for Majok. Latham, off the quick give and go, drills a corner 3.
That's a nice answer, though. First, our second three-pointer of the night for Bentley. And within 3 possessions here with 2 minutes to go.
Hoping to get a push going into the locker room. Perry straight away wants to attack Webb. Straight on 3. Rims out and almost dropped in. And it would not fall. A little bit of a cold start from the outside for Perry. 0 for 3 from behind the arc.
All 3 he's taken, though, have been good shots. They just haven't gone down for him.
Latham to Wright Kinsey. Trying to get it into the corner. Larrett's in the middle. Hands off LaPut. Backing down on Perry. Outside Latham. Finds Wright Kinsey for a corner 3. That's good. Back-to-back threes by Bentley. And the Falcons as close as they've been since the opening minutes.
Yeah, you knew the push was coming from Bentley. 2 3-pointers here. New Haven's got to kind of take a deep breath here, get themselves calmed down, win this last 75 seconds of the half.
McMillan tied up inside. Got it back to Thomas. He goes to the rim. Missed layup, but a foul. And a blocking call. I believe it is going to be on Larretts. It is. That is his first. So nobody with more than 1 for Bentley. That'll put Thomas at the line. Junior out of Poughkeepsie. Had a terrific performance in the second round game against Caldwell. 18 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Really hit a key 3 as Caldwell was making their comeback. New Haven led by as many as 26 in the second half, and then seemingly in the blink of an eye whittled it down to 12. And we're close to making it a single-digit game. And Thomas buried a 3, and then Chargers got a couple of easy layups around the rim, and that was all she wrote for the Cinderella Cougars. Who were the story of the day on day 1. Latham, deep 3 won't go. Rebound, batted around. McMillan has it in traffic. Ted Hotailing says, let's put on the brakes. Final minute of the first half. New Haven by 7. Latham, good ball denial on Lane. Thomas, step back 3, connects. Another big basket from Devontre Thomas, and it's a 10-point ball game again. Wright Kinsey thought about it. LaPut wants it inside. To Webb, to LaPut. LaPut dribble drive. Wright Kinsey the extra pass. Latham run off the line. Spins it back out. LaPut. Latham. Wright Kinsey. attacks the zone, swallowed up, 6 to shoot. Latham, the drive and kick. LaPut, a 3. Yes! Boy, that zone flying all over the place. A good contest from Ty Perry, but Zach LaPut finds the bottom from 3. And a 30-second timeout taken by the Chargers. Ted Hoteling looking to drop one final play. Check out the ball movement here from Bentley. Well, you can't get a much better closeout than you had there from Perry. Good elevation, hand in the face. He made sure not to foul. But LaPut, eagle-eyed, had the rim in sight and dropped home the three-pointer. Just the 4th three-pointer for Bentley in the first half. And after they started 0 for 8, they have hit 4 of their last 10. Still shooting just 22% from behind the arc, but trending in the right direction going into halftime. 6.5 seconds for New Haven to try to draw something up here. They'll have to go the length of the floor to do it, so Bentley will push up defensively. Latham has started to try to deny Lane the ball a little bit more. Obviously, he has had a massive impact on this one with 13 first-half points and his ability to attack the rim. Lane on the go, has Webb in front. Lane, push-off, step back. That won't go, just his second miss of the night, but still a good look at the end. New Haven, though, on the strength of a 19-4 start, will carry the lead into halftime, 33-26. Now, these two played a whale of a game during the regular season. It was a 27-point separation in that one. And in this one, it is only 7 at halftime. Justin is standing by with the Chargers head coach, Ted Hoteling. Justin.
I'm here with Coach Ted Hoteling. Coach, you guys got out to a red-hot start. Did you expect to start that hot?
I don't know if we expected it, but we're happy with it. You know, we've been playing well. I think we've been playing well offensively the last couple of games. So, you know, guys are in pretty good rhythm. They're sharing the ball. Quay's been playing exceptionally well. So, not surprised by the start, but thought we did a really great job on the defensive end to kind of maintain that lead, especially early in the first 10 minutes.
I thought you guys were really active in the zone. I mean, Bentley got their feet underneath them a little bit late in the first half. What did you see?
Yeah, they're going to make shots. They got some threes out the corners, but I thought our activity was great. Obviously, Mage in the paint poses big problems for them scoring 2-pointers, but yeah, to hold them to 26.5, we're thrilled with that. We just got to maintain first 4 minutes of the second half and come out and keep playing the same way.
You like the way they're playing so far, though, despite the comeback late from Bentley in that first half?
Yeah, we played really well. So got to continue to make shots, continue to get back in transition, make them take tough twos, and rebound the ball, and we feel good about it.
Good luck in the second half. All right, Ben, back to you.
Justin, and we'll see if New Haven can keep that zone activity going in the second half. Ted Hoteling's team on the precipice of their first ever Elite Eight in program history. At halftime, it's New Haven 33, Bentley 26. Continuing coverage of the NCAA Division II East Regional here from Manchester, powered by Bridgewater TV. Just about ready for the start of the second half in the NCAA East Regional Championship Sweet 16 round between 4-seed New Haven and 2-seed Bentley. Chargers trailed 2-0. But went on a 19-4 run to start things off and led throughout the rest of the first half. A 7-point lead over Bentley, 33-26. As we get ready for the start of the second half, Justin McIsaac standing by with Bentley head coach Jay Lawson.
Coach Jay Lawson of the Bentley Falcons. Coach, not the best start to that first half. You guys turned it around late. What was the difference?
We relaxed a little bit. We haven't faced very much zone all year long, and it's a good zone. So we got to get some rhythm and get used to it a little bit. I thought we did a little bit better at that. We got to defend them better. It's obviously that's what they are. They're going to grind it out and play it at both ends of the court in a methodical fashion. So we got to do the same.
What was the message to your kids at halftime? Obviously, you guys have been in the trenches, been in a lot of big games. What did you say to them at the half?
Just relax and play, but we got to defend better.
All right. Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Ben, back to you.
Thank you very much, Justin. Quick check at what else is going on around the nation tonight in Division II. One team already punching its ticket to the Elite Eight. That was 2-seed, Cal State San Bernardino out of the West region. That game was played yesterday. All the other Sweet 16 round games and regional championships to be decided tonight. We mentioned Indiana, Pennsylvania, 1 seed getting a test from number 2 seed West Liberty. West Liberty still leads by 8 points. That game about midway through the second half. In the South region, number 1 Nova Southeastern looks like they'll continue on to Evansville. They lead Alabama Huntsville 77-50. Still in the first half in the Midwest, between 6 seed Minnesota Duluth and 5 seed Southern Nazarene. That a 1-point game in the early stages. Second half about midway through in the Carolinas, USC Aiken and Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln Memorial leads by 5 midway through the second half. And then in the first half as well, down in Texas, West Texas A&M, one of the few 1 seeds left in the tournament, tied with Black Hills State, a 6 seed, 12-12. So as we get ready for the start of the second half here, obviously it's a great start for New Haven, and they were able to sort of play it through to the end of the half, but it'll be interesting to see, Justin, if Bentley can find a way to keep that momentum going that they gained over the last 5 minutes or so of the first.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you just heard Coach Lawson say his kids got to, relax, play a little bit looser. I thought they took some good shots in the first part of that first half. They just didn't see a whole lot of them go down. I think New Haven's probably going to stay in that zone defense. It was very fruitful for most of that first half. Will there be a different attack to the zone? I think you might see a few different tactics out of Coach Lawson.
I think maybe the biggest question will be, what defensive adjustments does Bentley make? Because, again, the way the Falcons have played defense in this tournament has been smothering, and we saw a little bit of an adjustment near the end when Latham started to deny the ball to Quayshawn Lane a little bit more.
Yeah, just got to not let Quayshawn Lane get the ball in his hands, right? I think early on they did a good job of making McMillan take shots in the very early part of that first half. But then Lane got into rhythm. I think you want to force McMillan or somebody other than Quayshawn Lane or Ty Perry to beat you. Who's that going to be? I guess we're going to find out.
Now, right now, this is Quayshawn Lane's game. He led all scorers with 13 points in the first half. He also had a team-high 3 assists for New Haven. And for a guy who has really been through the wars, he's been to a couple of NCAA tournaments, and he's trying to push New Haven to previously unforeseen territory.
It's funny, he looks like he's really playing calm, right? I mean, I'm sure his pulse rate is probably like 120, and with so much on the line, but he looks just as cool as a cucumber no matter what he's doing. If he's stepping back and making threes, if he's in the lane, no matter what he does, he looks like he's got it under control.
New Haven in search of its first ever Elite Eight. Quick hat tip to our broadcast colleague Chris Granozio, who messaged me during the break, letting me know this is actually New Haven's second ever trip to the Sweet 16, the other coming all the way back 1988 when they lost to then Lowell Textile, the school we now know as UMass Lowell at the Division I level.
Lowell Textile?
Yep, that was the year that Lowell actually won the national title with Stan Van Gundy as their head coach.
How about that? Well, I was 10 then. How old was Chris? You got to ask him.
I will not answer that for him. But that was also the last national champion out of the East region. So both of these teams hoping that they will break that long drought. Representing the East in Evansville next week. It'll be Bentley ball to start the second half. No surprise, starting 5 on the floor for Jay Lawson, Zach LaPut, Aaron Latham, Brian Wright, Kinsey, Mason Webb, and Matt Laritz. They only brought one player off the bench in that first half in Kellen Bohannick. For New Haven, back to their starting 5 as well. Kendall McMillan, Quayshawn Lane, Ty Perry, Major Majok, and Devontre Thomas.
First play out of the half, so is the set play. Let's see which way they go.
And this would be huge if Bentley could just get it down to a 4-point game. Latham tries to do just that, 3-point off. Offensive rebound, though. LaPut coming in over the top of Majok.
Again, you get an offensive board against New Haven, you got to make it count. Got to make it hurt.
LaPut inside. Latham turns, feeds Laritz. Weaving around Majok, right? Kinsey on the wing. Short on the 3, and Perry all alone for the rebound.
Yeah, I'd like to see Wright Kinsey get a little more involved in the offense, too. Just 2 for 5 in that first half, now 2 for 6 from the field. He was big in the last game. 2
good looks from 3, but neither would drop. Bentley back down to shooting just 20% from distance. Lane able to get it into his hands. He's got Wright Kinsey on him now. That's a defensive switch. Thought about the 3, chooses to attack, hands it off. Perry scoops and scores. Nice job by Perry on the off-the-ball cut.
The trust that time between Lane and Perry, because when Lane throws a pass, Perry's not there yet. but he knows, he's played enough basketball with Ty Perry to know and trust he's going to be in the right spot to get the deuce.
Larrett's underneath again, senses Majok. Hands off Laput. Oh, he fakes. He had an open shot. Got Majok in the air. Majok standing still blocks the shot.
You can do all the right things against Major Majok, and he's just so long and so smart. He's going to get you in the end.
Got him up in the air. Tried to go into the body, but Majok stayed still. And every inch of that 7'1" man able to reject Laput. Webb drives. Perry shuts him down. 3 to shoot. Webb has to fade away. Doesn't get the shot to go. And again, New Haven locking down defensively to start off the half.
Yeah, good defense from New Haven. I mean, I thought the offensive sets were pretty good from Bentley. Just New Haven's clamping them up.
Remember, Bentley scored just 4 points over the first 9 minutes of the ball game, and they're 0 for 3 to start the second half. Perry, hard drive, stops, kicks. Lane returns, floats, and hits. Quayshawn Lane with a teardrop.
So you got to respect Ty Perry, right? Because he can go off for 30 as well. You put those guys on the same side of the floor, it becomes a matchup nightmare for the defense.
15 now for Lane. Latham floater, that hits.
The one thing Bentley hasn't been is intimidated. They have gone into the paint. You saw in New Haven's last game, it was almost a fear factor with Majok patrolling the paint. That has not been there for Bentley.
Now, they are not afraid, but they certainly are aware of his presence.
Hard not to be.
Latham again trying to deny Lane the ball. It comes over to McMillan instead. He attacks Laput, spins, flips it up and in. Terrific tornado finish by Kendall McMillan.
Kendall McMillan says, just like I drew it up with my back to the basket, flipping it in.
Webb, right Kinsey, tries a 3 and hits.
Yeah, that'd be a big guy to get going here for Bentley.
First 3 of the half for the Falcons. Jay Lawson saying, let's get more of that.
Jay Lawson's still pretty calm on that Bentley sideline. It's not his first rodeo for sure.
Very rarely a coach who gets rattled. Lane behind the Majok screen, kicks it out. McMillan circles into the hands of Perry. Crosses up, rises, short on the 3. Tried to go chase it down, but Laput beat him to it. Quick push, Latham to the corner. They run Webb off the 3-point line. Extra pass. Larretts gets an open shot, and it rims out. Fight for the rebound.
Whoa.
Webb and McMillan wrestle each other to the ground. Is it going to be a tie-up or is it going to be a foul is the question.
Yeah, Webb had him in about a 3-quarter Nelson there. Should have been a foul on somebody.
Well, he has a hand on the ball there. You can see the left hand in. So I think it's going to be a tie-up. And New Haven has the arrow, so it'll be Charger ball.
That's playoff basketball right there, Ben. Both guys laying it on the line.
At its best. Bentley still searching to try to get it down to a 2-possession game or less. The lead was 7 at halftime. It's 8 now. Ted Hoteling said the first 4 minutes of this half were going to be crucial for his group to sustain the lead.
And it's so tough. When you play a good defensive team, if you dig a hole, it's so tough to climb out of it, especially this time of year.
Perry a deep 2. That one goes. Foot on the line. 8 points for Ty Perry. The lead back up to 10.
Yeah, you can tell Bentley wants to keep the ball out of Lane's hand, so Perry's got to step up big.
Latham run off the 3-point line, fed it into the middle of Put. Right Kinsey, quick trigger, drains another 3.
Yeah, the rotations are just a hair slower than they were in the first half on that zone moving around. So those threes are going to be open. Bentley's just got to make them.
Looks like Bentley's even moving the ball quicker too.
Yeah, that's probably one of the adjustments too. Got to, don't evaluate, just move the ball.
2 straight threes for Right Kinsey. Good ball denial again. Lane finally gets it, attacks, feeds McMillan. Perry out of the corner, responds.
Very nice. Great job to run the baseline, find the open shooter in the corner, 3-ball corner pocket.
Timeout taken by New Haven. That'll get us to our first timeout as well. 15:07 to go here in the East Regional Final. Ty Perry start out for this one, battling through the elements over a foot of snow here in the Manchester area this afternoon as the Bentley Falcons take on the New Haven Chargers.
Or when Al St. Louis is looking up on his phone there, no, it's not the lyrics to the anthem. He knows those.
He's got the live stats up. He wants to see who's doing what here. As both teams hoping to celebrate a regional championship, Quayshawn Lane just continues to deliver for his team.
Yeah, what a look off that time from McMillan on the pass to the corner. Ty Perry canning that three.
Well, that's the hockey assist for Lane.
Yeah.
Doesn't get credited in the book, but he set that whole play in motion. Also got a look a moment ago at Vaughn Williams, the Bentley athletic director.
Yeah, if you're not from the area, the gentleman in the American flag shirt is Al St. Louis, who, if there's an anthem to be sung, Al St. Louis is your guy. He holds the Guinness Book of World Records for most national anthems sung in 1 year.
Done great work for us all weekend here in Manchester. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. New Haven has grown the lead from 7 at halftime to 10, trading buckets with Bentley through the first 5 minutes of the half. Wright Kinsey's been the hot hand for Bentley, gives to Webb, weaves his way into the lane, warded off by Hendrick. Laritz to Laputte, swiped by Majok. Pass was a little bit low, and Majok used that reach to pick it off the floor.
Yeah, he's got good hands, too. I mean, there's not a lot of things this guy doesn't do well. And you got to play at 110% capacity when you're going up against Major Majok.
Hendrick had 5 points in the first half off the bench, gives it back up to Lane here, 10 to shoot. Lane drives, stutter step, double team there. Lane twists, fades, and it rims out. Majok kept it alive for a moment, but Latham pulled it in.
He's got such good hesitation moves. He twists you into a pretzel on defense.
Laputte with the drive, drops to Laritz. Hook shot over Majok, no. Tipped by Wright Kinsey, but Majok too tall once again. That's his 10th rebound.
I actually like how Laritz plays offense when he's going against Majok. He doesn't, try to up fake or fool him. He just kind of goes up quick and flips it up.
Isaac Martin getting ready to check in for the first time for Bentley. Perry rises, misses the elbow jumper. Rebound tipped to Webb, hands to Latham.
I don't mind that shot, but I think the New Haven coaching staff likes to see a little more time come off the shot clock before you take that elbow jumper.
Laputte turns, juggles, looking for help, draws Majok out. Over to Wright Kinsey, inside it goes Webb. Backdoor pass, Laritz into the layup for two. Good ball movement again by Bentley.
Yeah, and they got Majok out at the elbow that time. You can hear the coaches just to my right saying help, 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 so Majok could get back, but he was a little too far out in the paint and allowed the baseline drive.
And that was Laputte who drew him out. Lane trying to weave his way inside again. Thomas hasn't seen the ball a lot here in the second half. Backs in on Wright Kinsey into the middle of the lane. Up fakes, fade away, short. And Wright Kinsey there for the rebound. Chance for Bentley here to cut it to a two-possession game. Laputte. Latham back to Laputte. Can't get it in the middle. Laputte drives, feeds Laritz again. Out to the corner. Latham a three. Air ball. Thomas to Lane. Wants to push. Lane to the corner. Perry open. A three. Short. And Wright Kinsey's on it.
Yeah, a couple of open looks for both sides and not able to get him to go. You wonder if the legs are starting to get heavy a little bit.
A huge missed opportunity on both ends for a big swing bucket. Webb to the middle. Laputte turns, has it knocked loose. Fakes, steps back from about 15 feet. The shot won't go. It's been a tough day for Laputte. Just 2 of 7 from the field. He does have 6 points and 5 rebounds, but again, New Haven holding him to single digits.
Yeah, they D him up well. I mean, he's getting good looks, he's getting good shots, but they're doing a good job, making him really work for those shots.
Lane works away from the Majok screen. Step back 18-footer, too strong. Laputte there for the rebound.
Both teams need this media timeout that's coming up. 3 games, 4 nights, both starting fives average about 37, 38 minutes per game.
Wright Kinsey another three, short on that one. Fight for the rebound, it's loose into the hands of Perry. Majok fought off 2 Falcons to keep it alive, and Perry was there for the help.
You can see Majok saying, I'm all right. He never comes out of the game. I mean, hardly any of these guys do, but he could use a breather.
Yeah, we're going to get back-to-back timeouts in quick succession here. We haven't even hit officially the under-16 media timeout yet. Only the coaches called timeout. Hendrick a 3. That's good. Big bucket from Justin Hendrick.
Yeah, it's huge. Anything you get out of Hendrick's kind of a bonus when you got scores out there like Perry and Lane, but you got to chip in where you can.
Averages 4 points a game. He's doubled that tonight. On the wing, Latham. Laritz back out. Latham to Laputte. 13 to shoot. Inside Laritz again. Spins, reverse, no. Laputte the offensive rebound. Out to Latham. He drives. He floats. And he comes up with nothing.
Yeah, Majak was just sitting there waiting in the cut for him to try that shot, and that's why it was a little bit short. He had to throw it up so high to get it over him.
Says, welcome to my house. Here is my hospitality. You get nothing.
Like it.
Majak with a catch. Hands it back. No. Now looking for Hendrick. Finally does give it to him. Hendrick on the drive. The twist. Out to Thomas. Contested three. Too strong. Majak with a tip out. And into the hands of Lane. Fresh 20 on the shot clock as the game goes under 10 minutes to play. Yeah. New Haven has been able to control the pace here in this second half.
We haven't had a whistle in about 8 minutes.
Perry caught up inside. Hendrick a deep three. Too strong, and it went off the shot clock. So that'll get us to a timeout. 9:40 to go. This is officially the under 16 media timeout. But again, as we keep it here, Justin, Ted Hoteling talked about wanting to sustain what his team did in the first half, and really since that initial 19-4 burst, even though Bentley has gotten back in it, they have not been able to get closer than 7 points.
Yeah, not letting them chip, they got down to, I think, like you said, like 6 points. But every time Bentley's gotten it close, New Haven's had a response. Bentley's just, they're getting good looks. They've only made 6 threes. They're only shooting 32%. They're just not making a ton of their looks, and a lot of that has to do with Major Majak in the middle, but this zone defense has played extremely well. There's been a little bit of a hesitation on some of the rotations in the second half. I think fatigue a factor there, but I mean, you really have to credit the defense of New Haven so far tonight.
What does it say about the Chargers' defensive versatility? We saw them Saturday, Sunday, exclusively man-to-man against Pace and Caldwell, shut down both of those teams, holding them below 60 points. And now they totally switch it up. Granted, they did have the off day. They have played Bentley earlier this year, but to switch up defenses totally from 2 games to a third game, that speaks well to the coaches and as well as the players to be able to do that on short notice.
That's a little easier to do with a veteran group too, right? You got Quayshawn Lane, the grad student. You got the senior Ty Perry. Majak's a senior. Devontae Thomas, a junior. Kendall McMillan forced into the starting lineup. He's a senior. So when you got guys that have been there, done that, it's a little easier to know that they know that they're going to be where you need them to be on defense when you got to switch from a man in the first 2 games to a zone like we've seen tonight.
Coverage of the NCAA East Regional here from Manchester, New Hampshire, powered by Bridgewater TV. New Haven has led just about the whole way here, looking for their first ever Elite Eight. Bentley hoping that they can do what New Haven did to them in the regular season and come from behind late. Here's Laputte getting himself back on the board. 7 points now for Laputte.
Yeah, when in doubt, go to Zach Laputte, right? Never a bad idea for Bentley.
9-point game again as Bentley gets a bucket out of the timeout. Lane behind the back dribble, backing in on Latham. Double team comes, it's poked away. Lane hands to Hendrick. Hendrick drives at Webb, sprints to the rim and scores. 10 points off the bench for Justin Hendrick.
Oh, he's been huge. Had a couple of big buckets early, giving us some energy here in the second half. Big game for the sophomore.
He's turning into a nightmare for Bentley. He had a career-high 14 points in the come-from-behind win against the Falcons earlier this year. He's in double digits again. Three-pointer is good. And a response again from Laputte.
Don't want Laputte to get hot if you're New Haven. Starting to feel a little bit, keeps it at 8.
He joins Wright Kinsey, the only 2 Bentley players in double digits. Here's Braithwaite back in the ball game. Gives to Hendrick. Lane comes for the handoff. Behind the Majak screen. He's got Martin in the switch. Lane wants to go one-on-one. Lane, start and stop. Inside out dribble. Goes to the right hand. Double team comes. Kick out. Thomas. Braithwaite from the corner. Buries a 3 as the shot clock horn sounds.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a job by Devontae Thomas to get his hands on the ball and get that pass over. And then Braithwaite's there with the corner 3.
A huge dagger there from Braithwaite to settle down New Haven. What a catch on that pass by Thomas.
Indeed.
Laputte has scored the last 5 for Bentley, gives to Martin. He goes into the middle of the zone. Floater way off the mark. Into Webb. 5 to shoot. Latham drives, rises, missed that one, and Majok comes down with it.
We're going to have a pile-up of media timeouts coming up, and you can tell by the way that last shot that missed everything. Bentley needs it. I think New Haven needs it a bit. By the way, you ever seen a game go 13 minutes without a foul called?
Not in basketball.
That's what we have right here.
2 very disciplined teams. Hendrick, hot hand, short on that one. Right, Kinsey comes down with a miss. Ted Hoteling shaking his head, didn't like the shot selection there. Inside it goes. Webb, turnaround 12-footer is good. His first points of the second half.
Tough shot there. Gets to the mid-block, elevates. Big jumper. Every time it looks like New Haven's going to pull away, Bentley's got an answer.
But every time it looks like Bentley's going to get back in it,
Yeah.
New Haven has an answer. Been yo-yoing really anywhere between 7 and 11 for most of this second half. Lane off the Majok screen, lobs, big man catches and lays it in.
Yeah, you can tell. He kind of gave a look over to Lane, and Lane kind of shook his head. It wasn't just coming out to set the high ball screen that time. They were going pick and roll for sure.
Easy target there is Majok. Lane with the assist. Laputte missed that 3. Long rebound out to Martin. Hands it back. Laputte crashing in. Draws a foul. It's only number 2 on Majok. And it's the first foul of the half. So Laputte will be at the line when we come back. 6:09 to go in the East Regional Final here from Manchester. New Haven 54, Bentley 43.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back here to Manchester. Alongside Justin McIsaac, I'm Ben Alcher. Coverage of the NCAA East Regional Final here from St. Anselm College, powered by Bridgewater TV. New Haven has led almost the entire way. Bentley got the first bucket of the game, but New Haven a 19-4 run over the first 9 minutes of the first half, and the Chargers have kept Bentley at bay ever since, Justin.
Yeah, exactly. That zone defense, it's kind of been a Rubik's Cube for Bentley all night long. Still haven't gotten all the sides to look the same yet. You know, they're playing tough. They're getting good looks. Shots not falling, and when New Haven's had to turn up the screws on defense, they've been able to do so.
And maybe most importantly for the Chargers, when Bentley has had a little bit of a pushback, New Haven's been able to find key buckets on the other end.
Yeah, it was a lot of Quay in the first half. First part of the second half, Ty Perry really stepped up, but really, can't say enough about Justin Hendrick, the sophomore from Valley Stream, New York. Really been playing out of his mind here in this regional final.
Former junior college All-American at Niagara Community College, originally from Valley Stream, New York.
There's something we haven't seen a lot of tonight, Ben. Free throws.
Just the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for Bentley. New Haven's only taken 4 on the other side.
There were only 6 fouls called combined in that first half, and this was the first one of the second half.
Again, these are 2 of the top 10 teams in the country in terms of fouls given per game, so probably not a surprise that we haven't seen a lot of free throws.
That can come into play, too. If Bentley has to start fouling in about 3 minutes or so, they're going to have to do a ton of it.
Kellen Bohennick into the ball game for Bentley, playing without the mask that we saw him with back in the first half. He had to bring that out on Sunday after he took a hit in Bentley's first-round game against Dominican, chipped 2 teeth on the floor.
Yeah, it does have the mouth guard in. I don't know if he plays with that normally or not. I don't think he does, but he's got one now.
Here's Lane driving at Bohennick, triple teamed, tipped away. Good defense by the Falcons as they swarm on Lane.
That is the first turnover of the game for New Haven.
They have done an excellent job taking care of the ball. Larrett's underneath, spins it up and in around Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas there with the help side. He's just a hair too late. Good offense from Bentley.
Again, they were able to draw Majok away from the rim that time and give Larrett's a chance. Again, this is as close as Bentley has been since halftime. Every time New Haven's had an answer. Here's McMillan on the drive. McMillan, a floater with the right hand is good. Why, how about the guys off the bench playing bigger roles for Ted Hoteling? Justin Hendrick and Kendall McMillan have really stepped up.
Yeah, McMillan forced into the starting role with Victor Olawoye injured, and he's been very good for this Chargers team.
Larrett's underneath again. Majok there this time. Larrett's open from 8 feet. Hits.
Yeah, turnaround, nice looking jump shot. Majok not getting any air on the block attempt. Maybe a little fatigue there, but it's been a really well-played basketball game. Bentley's not shooting as well as they'd like to, but you got a game with 3 combined turnovers and, 8 or 7 combined fouls. It's very high-level basketball.
It's been purely about which team can execute. Lane, start and stop drive again into Latham, kicks it out. McMillan for 3. Cash! Woo! Kendall McMillan from downtown.
The unsung heroes become a little less unsung when the spotlights are the brightest.
March makes stars, and right now, so does Ted Hoteling and the New Haven Chargers. Timeout taken by Bentley. The New Haven bench loves it. 4:01 to go. This is going to be immediate timeout as we hit the under 8. We will take it as well. 59-49, the New Haven lead here in Manchester.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back here to St. Anselm College, Manchester, New Hampshire. Snowy Manchester tonight, over a foot of snow hitting the area, but we're here and we're glad you're watching at home in this terrific East Region Championship. Kendall McMillan has the last 5 for New Haven as they stretch the lead back out to 10. And again, Justin, just when it feels like Bentley has gained an inch, New Haven snags back 2.
Yeah, and it's been coming from, when you know Quayshawn Lane is going to be denied the basketball, when you know the focus is going to be on Ty Perry, you need those other dudes to step up. Justin Hendrick and right there Kendall McMillan have stepped up in a big way. A 10-point lead with 4 minutes to go. New Haven can start to smell it here, but Bentley is not going to roll over for them. They have been there, done that. This is going to be a very intriguing last 4 minutes.
Well, if you had Quayshawn Lane as the New Haven leading scorer, that wouldn't be a surprise. If you had Justin Hendrick and Kendall McMillan as 2 and 3, that would probably catch you by surprise. Offensive rebound right, Kinsey resets it. Starting 5 back on the floor for the finishing touch here for the Falcons. Webb, LaPut fakes the 3, takes the 2, and drains it.
Yeah, that was the 11th offensive rebound for Bentley. I mean, teams just don't get that many offensive boards against New Haven. Only 12 rebounds from Rajat. Only 12 rebounds, but not his usual complete dominance on the boards tonight.
LaPut with 14 now to lead Bentley. He's got 9 of those in the second half. Is there enough time for Bentley to make a push? Can New Haven keep finding clutch baskets? Lane around the Majok screen, weaving, floating. McMillan drives, floater, blocked, but a foul. Right, Kinsey got the ball, but went through the body to get there.
Everything you wanted if you're New Haven on that possession. You ran down 27 seconds of shot clock. You got a decent look. You get yourself to the line. I think this is going to be another immediate timeout, right?
Should be, yeah. This should be the under 4. 3:05 to go. And I think the table just alerted the officials to that. Again, we've fallen so far behind on the media timeout schedule. A little bit tough to keep track, but we finally get 2 stoppages back-to-back, so we do get to the under 4 media timeout. We will keep it here. 8-point ball game, 3:05 left to go. Again, Justin, we've seen Bentley get, bits and pieces to try to rally back here in this game, but they have not yet made it that 6-point game, 5-point game to really feel like they're all the way back.
I don't know why that fan's laying down. This is a very exciting ball game here. I don't know if you're taking a TikTok over there or what, but TikTok later on. We got a ball game to win here for one of these two teams. But no, it's New Haven's done a good job withstanding the surge, right? Because you knew Bentley was going to come with a surge at some point. Really not letting them start to play downhill with all those answers. It's an interesting scenario here for Bentley, right? Because we're about 3:05 to go. If these two free throws go down, it's going to be a 10-point game. You got to give 6 fouls to start getting New Haven to the line. So this game's going to get very choppy, I think, over the next minute or so, as Bentley's going to be forced to commit a bunch of fouls.
Well, as much as Bentley has not quite gotten all the way back in this, New Haven also hasn't had the opportunity to pull away either, as you noted earlier on. Falcons trying to become the first back-to-back regional champions since 2007-2008. New Haven, meanwhile, on the verge of their first ever trip to the Elite Eight. McMillan has been huge here in the second half.
Layups, free throws, and great defense. That's what wins playoff games. Dave Smith, Co-Brown Northwood Academy, said that. I believed him.
One of the legendary high school coaches in the state. McMillan knocks down both. He's got 9 off the bench. 10-point ball game again. 3 minutes to go. Time of the essence now for Bentley. LaPut can't get the 3 off. Back to Webb. Drives past Lane. Kicks it out. Right Kinsey to LaPut. Lane gambled on the steal. And LaPut can't hit the 3. Rebound. 5 bodies all in the air. But the biggest one is Major Majak. And he is fouled.
He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. A little too patient, I thought, there from Bentley, Ben. I mean, you can't wait for the perfect shot at this point in the game. Only 2:40 to go, and you're down 10. You got to take the good looks, not the perfect ones.
2:41 to go. Do you almost have to start fouling a little bit here if you're Bentley?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, after those 2 free throws went down, now you're down 10. I think you got to commit a bunch here.
Well, they trap the ball. They get a steal. Thomas was whacked. Block from behind as Braithwaite recovers, and then Wright Kinsey commits a foul, reaching in on McMillan as they battled going after the ball. That's going to be the 3rd on Wright Kinsey.
The way the game's been called, the referees have not had to blow the whistle. It's not like sometimes you get to a playoff game and you say, oh, the refs are really letting them play. They're beating each other up. That hasn't been the case tonight. Neither team's been really fouling, so the referee, maybe Bentley was committing a foul there. Maybe they didn't on the steal attempt, but I think you can gamble for steals if you're Bentley, and if you get called for a foul, so be it.
McMillan got it right back from Majak, got it across half court. LaPut's closing him down.
He's trying to foul.
McMillan gets into the lane, dishes it out to Thomas. Right, Kinsey crowding him, gets it to Lane, double team comes, Thomas available. Thomas drives, flips it out to McMillan, low pass, he made the catch, jump stop, hangs, and hits off the window. Kendall McMillan rising to the occasion for New Haven.
Yeah, and on that possession, they were letting him play because Bentley was definitely trying to foul, and they just weren't being called. You're going to have to bear hug somebody, you get a foul call, it looks like.
9 key points down the stretch for McMillan.
Mason Webb, though, good job that time, not waiting around for the perfect shot.
13 now for Webb. That's a new career high, by the way, for McMillan with 11. As he's bumped down again in the backcourt. That's only going to be the 4th team foul, though, on Bentley. So, again, time of the essence. Falcons have to start committing more harm.
Yeah, McMillan waiting for his teammates to pick him up because he's a little fatigued down there. He's picked up his teammates. He goes, all right, guys, come pick me up now.
Martin and Bohenick have come in for defense and presumably to foul here. LaPut and Wright Kinsey to the bench. Thomas hammered by 3 separate Falcons. Comes up with an eye closed. Maybe got glanced up high there. That one given to Bohenick, his first.
And they can't look to see if that's a flagrant. At this point, the referees do have the option to look at the replays.
Still 2 more to give to put New Haven in the bonus. McMillan going to call timeout. Didn't have an option right away. Ted Hoteling still has 2 timeouts left, so they'll take one here. Going to be a full timeout. 10-point ball game with 1:37 to go.
Yeah, so you like it when your team plays discipline and doesn't foul the whole game. The problem is, if you're down 10, all of a sudden you got to go into panic mode and start fouling, and that's what Bentley's had to do here. It's a question of managing the game, and a lot of the times we get these situations. I've seen teams, Bentley's had this happen to them this season, where you got a big lead, you're trying to manage the end of the game. Things can go haywire in a hurry. Whether it's at the D2 level, the D1, the NBA, it doesn't matter. The hardest part of the game is right now, so New Haven's going to do a great job of managing this last 97 seconds.
Well, they have managed the game the entire way here in the second half. Anytime Bentley's had a push, New Haven has had a response, and the biggest response has come from maybe one of the most unlikeliest heroes in this tournament, Kendall McMillan, who we knew would take an expanded role, right? Once we knew that Victor Oluwoye was out for the year for New Haven, Kendall McMillan took over that starting job. His first 2 starts of the season came in the first and second round of the NCAA tournament, but as he has had the best half of basketball in a New Haven uniform of his season tonight.
Yeah, unquestionable. Yeah, he averages 7 minutes a game coming in to the NCAA regional. Suddenly he's playing 20, 25 minutes a game, and boy, he's made every minute count tonight.
As you said, his new career high tonight, 11 points. All of that, by the way, in the second half. His previous career high, 10 in a out-of-region game against Florida Southern, November 2019, which feels like a lifetime ago at this point.
Indeed, yeah. So back into the game now. You figure the next foul is going to put New Haven at the line, so LaPointe and Wright Kinsey come back in.
So now you sort of have to start targeting who you foul for Bentley. New Haven with pretty good free throw shooters all the way around, including Majok, who's at 78% on the year.
Normally you'd say let's foul the big guy, but he's a good foul shooter.
They get it in the hands of Perry's double team. Webb gives him a bump. Back to McMillan. Across midcourt, he finds Majok, and he throws it down.
The hammer for the big man.
And that might be the final nail in the Bentley coffin. A dagger of a dunk from Major Majok to extend the lead to 12. Laritz with a layup on the other end, but not enough time, it feels like, left for Bentley here. Inbound to Thomas, double team comes, foul given, and Devontre Thomas heading to the line.
Yeah, so Bentley gets caught scrambling around trying to find somebody to foul, and all of a sudden you got a 7-foot monster down low of the baseline with a big flush.
And what a exclamation point that is on the day that New Haven has had. Another outstanding night for Majok. 8 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. He's scored in double figures only once in this tournament, but again, if he's giving you that 7-8 points a game, double-digit rebounds, and the blocks on the defensive end, that's what matters. Front end of the 1-and-1, off for Thomas. Lane is going to give the foul.
Well, yeah, you can almost, with only one foul called against the Chargers, you can almost foul them down to the buzzer here. You got 4 more to give before they start shooting free throws.
Yeah, that could certainly slow Bentley down. We'll see if the Falcons try to take advantage and buy some quick shots. LaPointe fakes, takes a 3, and it rims out. Majok with the rebound, poked away though. Wright Kinsey steps out of bounds.
Yeah, the one thing you got to be careful of your New Haven on defense, though, is don't foul somebody shooting a 3. Good job that time by New Haven to be disciplined.
They're going to send Majok all the way up the floor here as a possible Hail Mary outlet. Laritz back at midcourt guarding him. McMillan gets it in the lane. Webb gives the foul, and that'll put Quayshawn Lane at the line. 8th team foul now for Bentley, so still a 1-and-1 situation.
Yeah, last time they fouled Thomas. If there's one guy you want to foul, it would be Thomas. 68%, still decent from the line, but on this New Haven team, he's one of the poorer shooters at the line. Not the case here, as Quayshawn Lane is 84.5% from the line this season.
He was the man in the first half for New Haven. Bentley started to shut him down, held him to just 4 points so far in the second half, but Quayshawn Lane was really the reason New Haven was able to get out to the double-digit lead in the first half.
Yeah, and he's gotten by with a little help from his friends here in the second half, right? But that's what, I mean, when you play a big half like that, you're going to draw defensive attention, and that opens up opportunities. And his teammates cashed in on him in the second half.
Calm as still water for Quayshawn Lake. He knocks down both free throws, the lead back to 12. Latham gets a bucket on the floater. And again, Bentley needs some cooperation here from New Haven at the free throw line, and they're not getting it. Inbound to Perry, double team comes. Oh, he throws it away.
Yeah, I think he thought he had someone over there as McMillan got knocked to the deck. Take another look.
Ted Hoteling not happy at the turnover.
Ty
Perry tried to calm him down, saying, don't worry, we're good.
Perry just overcooked the pass.
So the window maybe still slightly ajar for Bentley, but Laritz has to put up a quick one. That won't go. Thomas a rebound, quick hand to Lane. We'll see if Bentley continues to foul. They will, but you can see the look on LaPut's face as he gave it. I think he knows this is almost a fruitless endeavor at this point.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy. You got to play until triple zeros for sure, but no sign that New Haven is going to crumble down the stretch here. I mean, what a run here for New Haven. In the Northeast 10 tournament, they went to the #1 seed and really dismantled them. Southern New Hampshire, and it got all the way to the conference championship game. We're probably safe to make the NCAA tournament, but if they lose to Southern New Hampshire, then you're maybe holding your breath a little bit, but they got the job done and dominant their first 2 rounds here, and they're knocking off the king as Jay Lawson's calling off the dogs, emptying the bench.
Yeah, salute for the 3 Bentley seniors, Brian Wright-Kimsey, Matt Laritz, and Mason Webb, all in their final year of eligibility. And a great salute for the Falcon fans as they come off the floor. Ty Perry subbed out now for New Haven as Andre Francis, a grad student, getting on the floor here as New Haven less than 30 seconds away from a trip to Evansville. Lane again converting both free throws. He'll finish as the game's leading scorer. Latham rattles home one more 3. Looks like Bentley may decide to stop fouling here. Inbound comes into Francis. Falcons will back off. 15 seconds left to go. The New Haven bench on its feet. Ted Hoteling directly in front of us with a big smile on his face, and a well-deserved one. As for the first time in program history, the New Haven Chargers have reached the Elite 8. Everybody surrounding Quayshawn Lane, and for good reason. He was a force throughout this ball game. Got New Haven going with 13 points in the first half and 4 key free throws down the stretch to ice it. A well-deserved honor for the grad student from Trenton, New Jersey, who, as Ted Hoteling calls him, the heart and soul of this New Haven team. It's been a program that's been knocking on the door for several years, and this year they finally are able to break through and capture the regional championship. Ted Hoteling standing by with Justin McIsaac.
I'm here with Coach Ted Hoteling and the entire New Haven Chargers team. Coach, it's pandemonium down here. Tell me what you feel like right now.
I'm really happy for these guys. Really happy. New Haven basketball, region champs, pretty cool. Great players, great defense. Really, really happy.
First trip to the Elite 8, and I wouldn't count you guys out going to Evansville. How do you feel about the way you're playing?
Yeah, we've been playing really well. We've been defending at a high level, and that always gives you a chance to win. I think we took care of the ball tonight at a high level too, but just really happy for what we're done and excited to get to Evansville and see who we match up against.
Yeah, they chipped away at you, but you guys held your composure down the stretch. Great defense, and boy, you got some big contributions off the bench.
Yeah, Kendall McMillan stuck with it all year. Didn't probably get the minutes he wanted to. Some really big shots. Justin Hendricks, some big shots. Sean Braithwaite with a big 3. And this guy here, Quayshawn, who's a hell of a player, just was really, really good tonight. And Mays Majak, best defender in the country, helped him keep it to 57.
All right, celebrate with you guys. Congratulations, Coach. See if I can get Quayshawn Lane. He's a little bit happy right now, as you can see. And who can blame him? Quayshawn Lane. This is where my former career as a professional wrestler comes in handy, is Quayshawn Lane hugging it out with his coach. Quayshawn Lane, tell me what it feels like. You're going to the Elite 8, sir.
Feels great, you know. Been here for 5 years, man. Long time coming. We've been overdue, but we did it. We did it.
You were the dominant in the first half. The second half, they did a good job denying you the basketball. You got great contributions from your teammates. What did that feel like?
Amazing. Oh, man, we lost Vic. We went down with Vic. I told him we can only do this if everybody chip in and give a little bit more. Everybody came to play today. Sean, Justin, Kendall, everybody. We're not here without them. I love all of them.
And Major Majok, a huge force down low. I love the way he plays when he gives you guys. What can you say about the big guy?
Amazing. Best big I ever played with.
All right, go celebrate with your teammates. All right, gonna go back to Ben Alter. New Haven, the regional champs.
Justin, and well-deserved as well. New Haven played terrific throughout the weekend. Dominant victories to start out the tournament on Saturday against Pace, Sunday against Caldwell. Won by over 20 in each of those two games. And they got a very, very talented Bentley squad here in the regional final, trying to become the first back-to-back regional champions since 2007-2008. But a 19-4 run really in the first half was the true difference-making stretch in the ball game, as Ted Holtilding talked about it at halftime. Justin, he wanted his team to sustain. They sustained through the second half. Never really let Bentley get back in the ball game, as the Falcons did not get closer than 6 or 7 down the stretch.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've been in a lot of mosh pits going to heavy metal shows and a lot of battle royals as a pro wrestler, but never won that happy. I mean, no, New Haven did everything they had to do. They played great defense. They were poised. You'd expect that from a veteran team. You know, they held their composure against, you know, one of the kings of this conference in this region, and really earned their way to the Elite Eight. And like I said to Coach, I would not bet against them when they get to Evansville.
Absolutely not. We know they have a difference maker in Major Majok, and they have a difference maker, to be frank, in Quayshawn Lane as well, just the way he's able to control the pace of a ball game. So it'll be interesting to see where New Haven is seated for the Elite Eight, and it'll be interesting to see how they fare in Evansville. Again, their first ever trip to the Elite Eight for the New Haven Chargers, as you see the all-tournament awards being passed out now, but we'll keep the live stream going. Just a couple of thank yous to pass along. We'll start with all the folks here at St. Anselm College, second time that they have hosted the East Regional. I want to thank their athletic director, Darren Montgomery, associate athletic directors, Neil Duvall, Phil Rowe, Meg Falsgraf, did a great job hosting us all through the weekend, especially today. Again, if you didn't see the weather in Manchester today, we got about 14, 15 inches of snow dropped on us from overnight, and it's still falling outside. So the fact that we were able to get this game on tonight speaks to their ability to get everybody here, get everybody ready to go.
And I want to thank you, Ben Alter. You're the one that organizes all the announcers and what we're doing and when we're supposed to be where and all that stuff that, frankly, none of us are crazy enough to try to attempt. So thanks to you for making all that happen.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you, partner, for coming out in the snow today.
Anytime.
A couple other thank yous to pass along. A lot of the student staff here at St. Anselm, all around the building, helping everybody get where they need to be. Want to pass along thanks to all the St. Anselm students who helped us out this weekend. Our site representative, Dan Burke, the head coach down at Wilmington. Great job hanging out with us all weekend. To all the coaches of the regional, Keith Dixon, St. Anselm, Jay Lawson of Bentley, Jack Perry, Southern New Hampshire, Ted Hoteling, congratulations on a regional championship. Matt Healing at Pace, Matt Capel, St. Thomas Aquinas, Joe Clinton of Dominican, Dean Johnson, what a great first year he had at Caldwell. Quick correction that I want to add from Saturday. I said it was Caldwell's first ever NCAA win when they took down number 1 St. Anselm. Was actually their second. I was forgetting about the 2021 abbreviated regional. It was the Cougars' first win in an 8-team regional field, and just the third ever 8-1 upset in East Region history. So again, hat tip to the Cougars for their performance here at the NCAAs this weekend. Want to thank all the sports information staff, Nick Boshin of St. Anselm, Dick Lipe of Bentley, Eric Copeland of Southern New Hampshire, Dan Rudy of New Haven, Mike Puglisi at Pace, Brad Sarno with St. Thomas Aquinas, Kellyanne DiGiulio of Dominican, and John Tagliaferri of Caldwell. Thanks for all your hard work in helping us get access to coaches and players throughout the tournament. Our friends at Bridgewater Television put on unbelievable unbelievable show. Jeff Fowler, Mary Evans, the entire crew, thank you so much for all your hard work this weekend and again traveling with the weather today. Our entire broadcast crew, Nick Anastos, Chris Granozio, Bob Littman, my partner to my right, Justin McIsaac, and a special thank you to Griffin Spencer, longtime sports information director here at St. Anselm College. This regional is actually his last with the school. He is departing for a new job, so we want to take a special thanks to him. Filling in as our public address announcer tonight because of the weather. He has literally worn every single hat you can wear, and our production, not only this weekend, but our production of the East Regional, our production regularly at St. Anselm College would not be at the level it is without his tireless work. It has been an honor to work alongside him for the last 6-7 years, and I want to wish him well in his future endeavors. That will do it. Our coverage concludes here in Manchester this weekend at St. Anselm College. New Haven cutting down the nets for the first time in school history as East Regional champions. They will represent at the Elite Eight in Evansville next week. Congratulations to Ted Hoteling and the New Haven Chargers on the victory. For our friends at Bridgewater TV, my broadcast partner Justin McIsaac, I'm Ben Ultra saying so long from Manchester, and thank you for tuning in all weekend to coverage of the NCAA Division II East Regional, here powered by Bridgewater TV.